Hello there, this is DBT, and this Art of Rooms. And alright, let's continue playing some more Asphalt 8, and I don't know why my voice cracked like that. And today we're gonna be driving this beauty, the Dodge Viper SRT10 ACRX. What a name. Should it be SRT10 ACR10 because X is 10? I don't know, whatever. But yeah, I'm gonna be driving this beauty in multiplayer in Classic Season to determine how good it is after the rebalance. Now, to be fair, I have already driven it because this car got rebalanced several patches ago, but I realized that I had never made an update on this car because I did record it before it got rebalanced. The link should be appearing in the top right about now, but let's check out how good or bad it is right now. And as usual, you know that I like showing you how many races I have done so far in the season, so there's my 29 races so that you can see that I'm not cherry picking. Whatever happens in the race is what I'm going to show you, be it a W, an L, or a mid result, it's fine. Oh boy, that took forever. Actually, I had to call in some cavalry in order to back me up to get some races going, because this bracket tends to be considerably empty, and yeah, it was so empty that there were only 3 players counting myself, and the races refused to start like that. It needs at least 4 players. So now we had Lego also over here, and he will be racing with me, against me. It's fine. Alright, so I see a Formula E Gen, a Porsche 911 GT3 RS, and a Gangster Vegas Ramona, I think that's the name. So, as usual, the Formula E Gen remains, Formula E Gen 2, that's the whole name. The Formula E Gen 2 remains to be a very, very, very strong car. In fact, I would still dare to say that it's the king of this bracket, and I was wondering if... I was wondering if it was gonna be dethroned by the... what's it called? The Faraday Futurist whatever, the second Faraday that got added into this game. The SUV one, that it's in the same bracket, and I thought, hey, it's electric, maybe it'll dethrone the Formula E Gen, but apparently not, because the Faraday, it's an incredibly heavy car to drive, and from what I understand, the Formula E Gen 2 is actually a very good car overall, so unfortunate that my very first race with this thing was an absolute L. Well, you know, it is what it is. You know what? I'm gonna cut it off this video and I'm gonna pretend that it never happened. So let me alter mine. I'm just kidding. Lego, look at Lego killing it with the Gangster Vegas Ramona. Okay, so that was the full name. Very well. And he actually beat the Formula E Gen. Well played, man. Well played. It's fine. Holy moly. This feels like forever. It's taking so long for these lobbies to start. Man, this bracket, like I said, this bracket tends to be empty, but today it feels like it's emptier even than usual. But oh well, we're here to test this thing, and it's kind of sad because there's a bunch of Lambos in this bracket. There's a bunch of cool cars that I have in this bracket, but again, it tends to be so empty that, and I do wonder why it is so empty. That's the part that I don't quite understand, because there's a ton of, oh god, oh Jesus, come on Lego, why you gotta push me like that? I don't know if that was Lego that pushed me. This bracket definitely has a bunch of cars that can be played. Not necessarily incredibly rare cars or anything, but for some reason, unexplainable reason, nobody seems to like this bracket. I wonder why that is. What is the reason that players aren't super interested in this bracket? Maybe, you know what? Maybe it has to do with the fact that it's the second class, or rather, I suppose the first class B bracket, where doing races in here, by the time you get to do races in this bracket, you can already do races with the 1680 bracket. So I think it would make more sense to be driving in that one instead of this. Maybe that is why this one is so empty. And maybe that is also why 1410 isn't necessarily extremely popular, though to be completely honest, I don't have enough experience in the classy brackets, because I tend to get out of them so quickly that I got not much to say in that sense. But yeah, I can always tell that this bracket is kind of empty, but whatever. Okay, so we got a 911 GT3 RS, then we got the Vegas, then there's me, and another Vegas. Wow, okay, that's a lot of Vegas Gangster Ramona. Fine, that's cool. And right as I'm complaining about this lobby, suddenly this one filled up. Well, it didn't fill up, but it started rather quickly, so that's nice to see. But alright, so what's the deal with this car? Now, you may have noticed I made a video on it, though it wasn't dedicated to just that. Or maybe you saw other people making videos on the fact that when this car got rebalanced some patches ago, it was actually broken. They made I think it was the triple tap nitro, maybe it was the single nitro, I don't remember which specific nitro, but they made it to be basically unlimited. It was insane, it was ridiculous. And honestly, I didn't want to make a full multiplayer video in that way. That's why I didn't make the video right away, because I figured this is probably going to be considered an exploit in the game. So I would rather not use it, because I don't want to be like, oh, why is DBT using the broken car? So, nah, it was fine. So now, obviously, by now the car has been fixed. It's performing as it should be expected. And, well, as you can see by the races, it's no king by any stretch of the imagination. And yet, it's still so much better than it used to be before, because it was a straight up super old balance. So it was horrendous on every aspect. It had horrendous nitro, it had horrendous drift, it had horrendous acceleration. And okay, the Formula E Gen 2 beat me, but I did beat a 9X8 and 2 GT3 RSs. Nice, very nice. And this actually brings me back to exactly the same discussion that I had, or rather we had, I suppose, about the Terzo Millennium when it got recently rebalanced. That the Terzo Millennium, well, I mean, it had great nitro and now it doesn't. So it's not an amazing car after the rebalance. That doesn't mean that it's bad. Now, this particular car, the Dodge Viper, was a horrendous car. But because it was bugged for a little bit, then people really liked the car. And once they returned the nitro to where it should have been, then people were like, okay, this car sucks. Like, here we go again with this same thing. That the moment that something isn't straight up amazing or literally broken, then people instantly go to like, no, it's actually garbage, it's no good at all. Now, I'm not trying to say that this is an amazing car or anything, but it is at least competitive. Not, maybe even I would dare to say that this is in the lower side of competitiveness. It's in the okay-ish side of cars. You know, there's like the cars that are straight up trash, like this car used to be before it got rebalanced. Oh, he tried to touch me and he got knocked down. I mean, sorry, I guess. So yeah, there's cars that are garbage, cars that are kind of bad, cars that are okay at best, cars that are competitive, then you have competitive good, then you have OP, and then you have a straight up broken. So this car, I would say, is in the okay-ish. You know, it's a little, if I were to give it a 1 to 10 score, I would give it a 4.8. It's a little under the middle point, you know? But it's still better than it was before. If I had kept it, or rather, if Game of had kept it as it was before, it was probably like a 1.2. So yeah, it's still a better situation. And I still got a third place. I guess that counts as podium. Lego continues to get good results with the Gangster Vegas. We got a Arena Husaria and another Gangster. Fine. It's alright. Actually, the performance seems okay. But I guess if you compare the performance of these cars versus the strong cars like the GT3 RS or the Formula E Gen, yeah, it's nowhere near as good, but that doesn't make it necessarily a bad car. But I guess there's also an argument to be made that if the only things that you're gonna be facing are the Formula E Gens in the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, well then, compared to those, this is bad. Oh god, he pushed me, but he got knocked down even though I wasn't trying. It's fine, let's go, baby. Oh, wait a second, did I just overtake the Formula E Gen? I think I did. Let's go, baby. If I could beat it, that would make my day. Now, by the way, you know that in these videos, normally oh god! The drift is bad, by the way. That one is inexcusable. That's a straight up bad drift on this car. But you know that in this type of videos, I like changing the color of the car to give you, well, you know, so that it looks different and all of that stuff. I'm afraid of going into the menu to change the color of the car, because then I'm gonna lose this lobby where I'm at. And so far, I've been getting the last 3 races, I think, have started relatively quickly. And like I said, in the very first couple races, it was taking forever. So I don't want to get back into, oh, I can find a lobby, so it's gonna take forever. So you'll have to excuse me, but we're gonna have to live with a white Dodge Viper that got first place, baby! Defeated the Formula E Gen. See, this is a better car than that. No, it's not. But it's still a good car. And you know what? I don't have a choice because I just ranked up, so it's gonna send me to the menu anyway. But look at that! For F599XX Evo Formula E Gen, there's a BXR Bailey Blade GT1. That's kind of rare. But alright, I guess we're changing colors because I don't have a choice. I need to get I don't got a replay button. And if you're if you're curious about the colors, the default one being, of course, green. Then we got it on black, which does look kind of menacing because it's black, but it's slightly dark. No, actually, this is the one that I really like. Look at that. Oh, the mats looks dope. We got it on red. We got it on blue, which I also like quite a bit. Actually, this car is one of the few that I really like in just about any colors. So let's go for the yellow one. Oh, and there's a bunch of decals too, but Okay, fine, I'll show it. I'll show them. Some of these are the type that I don't like this one or this one, even this I don't like. Then we got some of the peculiar ones, like Girls Love, apparently. This one looks kind of interesting, except that I hate this color right here. It looks horrendous. Then we got a koi fish or whatever that's called. So yeah, it definitely has a bunch of decals. The one that it's the funniest, the most interesting, is not available right now, which makes this car look like a lizard. But not available, it's fine. We're gonna have to live with this and hope that I get back into the lobbies because I want to keep racing. Okay, it did get a little bit difficult. I had to wait quite a bit for this to get me into a decent lobby with more players, and I got Lego again. And I think we're actually gonna be racing against 2 Formula E Gen 2. So this is gonna get a little bit difficult. I think all of them accelerate better than I do, so I'm gonna try to get out of the way in case they are gonna try to knock me down, or even if they're not trying, you know. But you know, that's just kind of how this game works with the acceleration, and that's one thing that I really wish that they would bring from Asphalt 9 in here, and that is the ghosting in the first few seconds of the race, precisely because of how heavy some cars are in acceleration in this game. It's fine that they accelerate fast, but the fact that they can knock down people right away at the very start of the race certainly makes so that those cars that get knocked down instantly lose the race, you know? Oh, Jesus, what just happened? Oh, come on, man. He lagged out, and then when he respawned, he pushed me. He pushed me, man. All right, at least I think I beat one of, well, not I think, I know that at least I beat one of the Formula E Gen. Ah, Jesus, Formula E Gen 2. I should say Formula E or Formula E Gen 2, not Formula E Gen, because that ain't right, I tell you. All right, so yeah, I got beaten by one, but I did beat the other one, and Lego this time, oh, last place. Unfortunate, but let me recue real quick, because, man, I don't want to lose this lobby. I need more races. And it worked. There we go. We got into the same lobby, so right away, another race. Let's do this. So, yeah, overall, what is the general performance of the car? It's alright, though. That drift is seriously bad on this car. It does feel like old school drift when it was incredibly wide. Probably it's still better than it was before the rebalance, but if anything, I would say that not by much. Maybe that's quite a bit of an exaggeration on my part, but it really isn't all that great. So that's why I was saying that in general, this car, it's okay-ish. You know that I try to say, oh, this car is competitive, this car is not competitive, or whatever. This car definitely is on the lower side, so it's not like you can expect a ton of W's with this car, but at least it's more usable than it was before it got rebalanced. So that makes me happy, because I really like this car with the big wing. I like Vipers with big wings. Without big wing, it just looks meh. But with the big wings, I'm like, oh, yeah, I won that car. It looks dope, and I'm running out of nitro. That is not fantastic, and there's a car right behind me. I'm really afraid that I'm gonna get knocked down, but never mind. It was just enough to get to the jump, and that should allow me to keep the third place. Let's go, baby. And actually, whoever was behind me, wrecked. Podium, I'll take it. Podium out of 5 players, I'll take it. It's a middling result, quite literally, but hey, it's fine. Porsche 911 GT3 RS. Oh, look at that. I remember Sarah GT. And actually, the Formula E Gen 2 got last place. Ooh, unfortunate for him, I guess. Now, if you want to get a heart and a pin in this video, you need to leave me the key phrase, which for today is going to be GameLoft, please bring back the lizard decal for the Dodge Viper. First person to post it gets the heart and a pin. If you type it with my stutter, you get nothing, but you can do it too. It's fine. All right, now in this race there's a peculiarity. Someone brought a McLaren 12C Spider, which is a car that I don't really see very often. I mean, again, empty bracket, but even considering that, it's a car that you don't see very often. Though, isn't that the car that is available right now in the car hunt? As I'm recording this video, I don't know when this video is coming out, but as I'm recording this video, there's a car hunt going on for the McLaren P1 GTR, and I think the 12C is precisely one of the cars in the premium lane of the car hunt, so that's kind of dope. Rare car. Now, you know that I'm not necessarily too much into McLarens, particularly the ones that don't have a huge wing. Not too interested. And though the P1 GTR does have a huge wing, I already own that car, so I didn't need to get the premium pass, and I'm not gonna get it just for the 12C. So it's fine, whatever. But yeah, I think it is a considerably rare car that I very rarely see. So that's kind of cool that it's around. But yeah, so if you want a recommendation as to if you should get the Dodge Viper, I'm gonna say no. don't get it. If you don't have it and you're thinking, oh, is it a good car for this bracket? Nah, I don't really recommend it. There's probably many better options for this bracket that you can probably buy with Fusion coins, because this car just ain't worth it. If it's a credit card you want it just for the collection, then go ahead. But in terms of performance, nah. And there it is, the 12C spatter. Lovely, lovely, lovely. And the 9XX Evo actually beat us, so I don't know what to make out of it. It's a good looking car though. It has a big wing, so that's good enough for me. Jesus, what happened with that? Okay, whatever. Now more of the rumors were able to join this race, so this one didn't take nearly as long, but we're approaching the end of this video, so that is a bit unfortunate. Oh well, stuff happens, it's fine. Porsche 911 GT3 arrest, that is an I don't know what. And there's my beauty. Okay, here we go. Oh God! I'm okay. Knocked down right at the beginning, because why not? So yeah, as I was saying, don't really go for this car. If what you're looking for is performance and you're thinking if I should upgrade it, no, don't do it. Now I did upgrade it because I was curious to see how this car was gonna become or how it's gonna turn out once it got rebalanced. But let me tell you, it just really ain't worth it. And this guy just stole all of my nitro, so I'm gonna end up in last place. Am I not? Okay, it's fine. I like being in last place. Totally. Actually, no, never mind. I was like, can I steal a position? But then I hit the wall real bad. So look at this drift. Yeah, man, this is definitely soft part drifting. So oof. Oh, poor Viper. It's fine. I still like you. Still look beautiful. And if you're in a race where drifting is not that important, then maybe you'll do okay. I mean, even if it's a bad car, I did get a W against a Formula E Gen 2 earlier. Oh, hello. Though I'm out of nitro, so I don't know what to make out of this. I did beat a Formula E Gen 2 in one race, so that's good enough. I'll take that W home and frame it on a wall and be like, yeah, you see, Dutch Viper, it ain't good, but at least I got a good result. I was gonna say, it ain't that bad, but now the reality, it is kind of bad. So maybe I'll demote it from okay-ish to somewhat bad. Yeah. I'm sorry, Dodge Viper. I really like you, but let's face it, you're just not quite there. Come on. Okay. 17 points lost. Oh, I'm okay. All right, Patagonia, and this does require some drifting. So let's see how bad this is gonna be. Oh well, whatever. And like I was saying just earlier, the car may still be bad, but at least it's usable. As it was before, I had it at Pro. So it was at, I don't even remember what was its rank, but it was a bad rank. It was probably something like 1540 or something like that. So it was in the middle of a bracket, so it was just a bad car. Yeah, that's why I think it got buffed into 1590, whatever. The point is that it was a bad car. It was horrendous. So now it's still bad, just not horrendous. So that it, technically speaking, is already better than it was. So hey, cannot complain too much. At least I get to drive it, get to enjoy it a little bit. Though I do feel like this car deserves a little better. But well, what can we do? It is what it is, and you know, at the end of the day, if you can get some decent result with this car, you can take that and be like, look, even with a bad car, I can do pretty good stuff. I never doubted myself, type of situation, which is exactly what I do. I mean, not that I want to gloat or anything, but any good result with this thing, it's a W in it of itself. So I can live with that. That allows me to sleep at night. It's fun. Oh, Jesus, what's coming behind me? That sounded kind of wrong. At least I didn't say in my... Okay, whatever. Don't pay attention. DVT is saying random nonsense. It's okay. Now run out of nitro. No! Oh, well. Second place. You know what? That's as close as a W as I can get. So I can live with that. And yeah, beat a 9XX Evo and a Year of the Rabbit. Oh, hello. Year of the Rabbit edition, really? MP2 for this bracket. Oh, man, that's interesting. Oh, and what a track to test this car. Jesus. Well, at least it hasn't been in Terra 9, because in that weird turn in Terra 9 when you need to do a little bit of punch drifting, you're gonna pull it off. I don't think this car would be able, no matter how good of a punch drift you do. Though now I'm curious to try it out, so maybe I'll do it at some point when I'm just experimenting with the car. Please don't knock me down, people. Please don't knock this Dodge. Thank you. I didn't get knocked down. That's good enough for me. And all right, you know what? I'm gonna go a little. Oh, he got sawed. Oh, he got ripped, as in RIP. I'm sorry, I know that I should say RIP, but in my way of speaking, I just read RIP as rip. So whenever you hear me say rip, I'm saying RIP, okay? I'm not saying as in rip something apart. I'm saying as in rest in peace, buddy. And I'm running out of nitro. I'm on first place, but this nitro is starting to be a little bit concerning to me. So, punch drift. Look at this punch drift. That was horrendous. Normally, if I pull a punch drift over there, I can get a bit of a speed because people tend to do that. Okay, I'm gonna risk it. I'm gonna risk it. Oh boy, I need this. I needed that that nitro. But yeah, normally I can pull ahead by doing that punch drift, but with this car, it's just a pain in the rear. I tell you that much. All right, I'm not even gonna try to drift over here because, well, I mean, I have to try at some point, but hold up. Hold up. Is this gonna happen? Is this gonna be the one where DBT finishes in first place, baby? Everybody thought it was impossible, and I proved them wrong. I mean, nobody was saying that, but whatever. First place, let's go. So there you have it. This is the Dodge Viper ACR, whatever long name. A bad car, but hey, from time to time you can get a W, and here it is one of them. I'll cherish this. I'm gonna frame it. If you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Hit the like button and all that good stuff. Subscribe to the channel because we're trying to get to 10,000 and we're getting close. Not super close, but close. So yeah, watch these videos and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and stay safe. Bye-bye.